Welcome back to Anime Fight Club, everyone. My name is Grim. Today we're checking out Baki, Son of Ogre, chapters 248 through 251. 248 is entitled The Riot Team Report. Alright, so we have that riot team that was stationed outside Baki's residence, peering inside with some binoculars, or trying to, rather. It looks peaceful. Yeah. The kid is cooking for his father. What else do you expect? Huh? It can't be. Look at Yujiro's face. He's just, his demeanor, everything. Oh, wow. Instant transmission. It just vanishes right before this guy's eyes. You guys. He walked past him. You still got this guy pointing the binoculars toward Baki's house. And he's outside of the barricade. You guys, I'd like to know why you're spying in other people's houses. He tries to block himself with that shield. Yujiro's obviously only gonna see this as resistance, so looks like he chops it. Or did he punch it? Okay, he just, wow, reached right through the shield to grab this man's collar. These shields are supposed to be like bomb-proof, and Yujiro just reached right through it. Hey, lifts this man off the ground. You got a problem with me? Just shakes. He's shaking his own head. No. A few days later, the riot team reported, described the incident with these words. It was the first time the personnel in charge saw a human head shake so fast and so violently. The agents were perplexed. He drops this man. So was he just trying to hurry up and say no to Yujiro? Or was he trying to give himself a concussion so that Yujiro would just let him go? Throws this man to the ground. This section describes the personal experience of an agent present at the scene of the incident. Lieutenant Kanematsu Takashi. Yes, I heard the rumors and reports. I said to myself, this guy must be stronger than any fighter around. But when I say strong, I mean strong as humanly possible. What I saw that night, there was nothing human about it. Have you had the desire to meet your most admired idol, say Jesus, Elvis, or a real angel? I'm just a policeman, but I never expected to meet the only idol capable of making me lose my cool. I'm a fighting fan, you know, and he appeared there. To be honest, the only thing I wanted was to jump into his arms and cry for the immense privilege of embracing my idol so close before I died. I mean it. You have been working really hard for these meetings, and I also want the chance of treating my special guest right. So let me invite you to a dinner in my style. For tomorrow night, don't plan on anything else. What should I wear? Chapter 249, The Last Supper. This sucks. I can't go in there dressed like this. These kind of places demand their patrons to stick to a dress code. They may not even let me in. Monsieur Hanma, I've been expecting you. Well, you see, your dinner will be held in a private suite that your father has prepared. Your choice of clothes won't be a problem in this case. These prices, can they legally charge that much for food? Baki looks around. Oh wow, what a view. What's funny is this view I was just taken aback by this view, and it's pencil drawn and in black and white. That's some serious talent. Amazing. The full wall is just a window. I'm glad you're satisfied with the suite. Does my father come here often? Oh yes. He's one of our favorite regulars. What does he actually like to eat? Monsieur Hanma Sr.? He's a Bon vivant with a discriminating taste. Fresh vegetables, cooked fish, meat. He eats all sorts of cooking styles and rare dishes. But instead of eating meat of common animals like cows, pork, or chicken, he prefers the meat of wild animals like deer, wild ducks, and wild boars. We have a team of hunters that provide game for our special dishes. Wow. Monsieur Hanma, sir. When did you arrive? Dad. Mr. Manager. What you're telling him is sort of personal, you know? Oh, no. If that would inconvenience you, please accept my apologies, kind sir. Wow, what a style. He's good. Young master was inquiring about your culinary preferences, that's all. So I thought maybe someday your son would like to surprise you with a low-class kid dressed like that. That's no son of mine. Sorry, Dad. I knew it. Here it comes. You are being invited to the most expensive restaurant in Tokyo, even if it was a mid-class restaurant in a small city. For any special occasion, you must wear a semi-formal dress, here in China or wherever. Any 18-year-old guy on the street knows that. Sorry, my parents didn't raise me properly. Are you being sarcastic, you idiot? Oh, I was finna say, those are some words, boy. Oh my goodness. Because he definitely didn't raise him properly. That was, ooh, what a quick jab from Baki. No, father, that's the simple truth. And he continues with it. And he's right, though. I bet you he wasn't taught that. Man, look at Yujiro's face. Dress like this, talk like that, do this, don't do that. This is proper, this is not. Smile and say thanks. Don't talk with your mouth full. Don't raise your voice. Act like this. Can you believe that my parents never taught me proper etiquette and social behavior? Not even once in my life? Yujiro growled. All I know, fight and be strong. The only lesson that Father Hanma Yujiro continues to impart to his little son Baki, and to this day the son continues excelling at it. Seeking the guidance of my mother, you know what words she repeatedly emphasized? Do as your father says. Yujiro's face, he's angry because he just lost that footing, that wordplay footing, the psychological footing he had. It's gone. Baki took it right back. Fight and be strong. I became an expert at that, just like you taught me. So if you want to try this fruits of your labor, you can do it right here, right now. If you want to try the fruits of your labor, oh my goodness. So if you want to see what you raised, you can try me right here, right now. Ha, Monsieur Hanma, may you guide us, manager. Where are they going? Oh, guided them to the table. That's good. Baki looked nervous, as did the manager. So they're sitting perpendicular from each other. Gentlemen, would you like some appetizers or refreshments from the main course? Can I have some fresh orange juice? Dry sherry, a big glass. So he brings some orange juice and some wine, gives the wine to Yujiro. Baki takes the orange juice and drinks it. It's an exemplary aperitif wine. Try a little. And this is how the dinner with my father began that night. Dad, this is great. This is so unreal, having dinner with my father like this. Our first time going out, far too surreal. So this, yes. Allow me to explain the contents of the smorgasbord. The dark truffles are placed on a strainer that can enhance their flavor, blah blah blah. For seasonings, olive is the correct choice for blah blah blah. To get a more traditional Japanese flavor, you can dip the tofu in the dairy French cream with some blah 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 for blah. On the other hand, the chief specialty is more of blah blah blah. These are some nice images of Baki and Yujiro. I like the different art style. His hands look like they've been stung by bees. But chapter 250, the battle of the strongest father and son. Please enjoy your meal. Use the silverware starting from the left and right. For this particular dish, you have to use this spoon. Ah, sure. Baki uses the spoon, picks up the dish, eats it. You can just see his senses go wild. Ah, delicious. This is quite good. Yujiro is just observing his son eat it. I see, you place it that way. So instead of giving Baki step-by-step instructions on how to be etiquette, he's just gonna give Baki an example and hopes that Baki will just follow it. And that's what he's doing. I see, you placed it that way. If it was beef stew, vegetable broth, or even seafood stew, I wouldn't be so surprised, but is this turtle soup? Really? So good. At the meal between both of us, time weaved in and out, just as if the world existed just for this moment. Nothing could ruin this moment. Is there anything else you want? Dessert, perhaps? I'm fine with this, but I have a large mug of espresso. Make it strong. Understood. I'll have the same, please. My father's attitude was splendid. He was courteous like a true gentleman. He used to frequent places like this all the time. Somebody worthy of admiration. Somebody without faults. Now that I think about it, that was the time when it started. It was bitter, just as if the young man was tasting pieces of his own soul. The memories, ideas, and hidden resentment acquired a familiar flavor. This cup. This was the last time he was going to absorb all that bitterness before letting it all go. Why do you want to know? Why? Because all these years I still find a logical explanation. I still can't find a logical explanation. I really want to know the truth. It may sound weird to you, but I need to know why my mother had to die by my father's hands. I never asked you, even once. Tell me now, Father, why you had to kill the one that loved you the most. What was in it for you? What a way to word it. What I do in my life is my goddamn business and nobody else's. I need not explain myself, especially towards a resented little child that can't let go. Know where you stand, kid. You may say that, and it's true, but I was fighting for my mom's love and you took her away from me, you bastard. Yujiro gets up. Now he's angry. Why you? I think he's angry because he also had feelings toward that woman. I hope he doesn't say something ridiculous and callous. He smacks his hand on that table and it breaks the legs that are keeping it standing. All right, Father. If you're going to act like that, you leave me no choice. So Yujiro gets up, is pouting in the corner, his hands in his pockets, just emanating murderous aura. Heh, come on, old man. Mitsuo Nonaka, manager of the Aragara restaurant in Shimbashi, in charge of serving the dinner that night, told soon afterwards, "Excuse me." He would never forget that dreadful scene for as long as he lives. He said he has never been so close to death before. You know what I'm going to do if you don't answer? This is a hell of a scene for Baki to grab his shirt like this. I bet you this suit he's wearing is super expensive. And for Baki to be talking to this man like this while also touching him must be terrifying. Hey, you really think? Oh, grabs him with the other hand as well. I won't do it. I want to know what he's trying to do. Look at Yujiro's face. He looks surprised. The most feared man of Japan and the rest of the world. Young master, Mansur Hanma Yujiro, was being held by his collar. When did this glass break? Okay, let's see. Young master. I could notice something strange behind him. When did that happen? Oh, I'm right there with you. Did he crack the glass just by standing there? I know it sounds crazy, but the aura of this man was shaking the entire place, myself included. There was nothing spiritual about it. You had to be there to feel how the whole place was rattling, a thundering earthquake from the sky. It was wondrous and terrifying at the same time. I bet Yujiro's literally going Super Saiyan. His eyebrows has changed, his hair's changed. Oh my goodness, and the whole building is rocking from his aura. Thunder? An earthquake? It's so strong. These other people are literally feeling this. Like, this is crazy. And it's so meaningful to me because, like I said, he's supposed to be just a regular human. He's not supposed to have spiritual powers. It was a mysterious scene where logic escaped me. The strong vibrations that this man was sending around just by standing. And on top of it, both of them were static, unfazed by the events happening around them. Wow. So this alone is enough for me to understand why the world government wanted to keep tabs on their fight. Like, if they're seriously shaking the building just from being like this, like Baki on his tippy toes like this is killing me, because oh my goodness, David and Goliath. But hey, it was as if the circle on the ground where they were standing refused to shake along with the rest of the building. It's like Yujiro exhales, plants his feet, ooh, rocks Baki just by swinging his torso. Just by swinging Yujiro's torso, he rocks Baki. Shibukawa style. Love it. Throws Baki across the room. He lands by the manager. Get out of here. Yujiro threw this man with such precision. He threw him back into this chair. Oh my goodness. Landed, the chair rocked, didn't even flip over. So that means he controlled how hard he threw him as well. Oh my goodness. This man's just like, what is happening? The vibrations stopped. It doesn't matter if you did it out of stupidity or if you were well aware. But approaching me like that, you know perfectly what it means. Excuse me. Do I know what it means? I'm just a low-class kid. How the hell should I know what it means? Here we are with the strongest ogre that makes everyone piss their pants. What will he do when grabbed by the collar? Turn red, spit fire, and eat the world? A pretty childish reaction, don't you think so? I see. You are seriously trying to push the envelope in our father and son argument, do you? Does it bother you? Not at all. Suits me fine. Look at him like, can I please go home? So Baki tries to rush to his feet. He knows something's coming. Baki, stand up. It's about to begin. Woo, so Baki gets on his feet. Yujiro immediately rushes him, gets ready to throw this mean left. Baki stood at attention too when he told him to get on his feet. And Yujiro rushed him, getting ready to throw this left. Baki proceeds to try to start dodging it. The next image we see is just Baki moving through the air at some extreme speed. You see, just as I predicted, my hunch was right on the money. Yes, sir. That was impressive. Oh, wow, Baki almost went flying out the window. Goodness. He snatches himself back up in there. He has a look of excitement as well as exhaustion on his face. Monsieur Hanma, please stop. I get it. You spanked my butt. Baki. He had waited for 4 long years for this fateful battle against his father. Working hard, training, fighting, surpassing. How do I start? He wanted to run. He wanted to hide. He wanted to leave it for another day. But because of his father's talent for intimidation, he froze at that moment. When his father got closer, he figured he could do a strategic retreat right in time. So he goes to turn around and take a run for it. Look at his face. And Yujiro comes up behind him, and smacks him on the butt. His behind was vulnerable to receive an attack with unearthly power. Wow, you talk about being raised by your parents, not being raised properly. Well, yeah, well, here's some discipline for you. As he flew through the window, pain, fear, doubt, vertigo, all of these were out of the picture. Even when he held the window to avoid falling, only one idea was running through his mind. Man, Baki's poor skin, man, to have to go through all of this glass, I'm sure it cut him up. Well, it should have. It depends on whether or not Keisuke-sama wants to note that. I'm no match for him. This idea came over and over, but I will not run away. So we see images of his cells. So down to his cells, he will continue to fight. So as soon as he pulls himself back into the room, Yujiro immediately grabs his right hand. This is not your fault, son. Is this psychotic hand that dared to attack your father, holding him by the collar? We are going to teach it a lesson. Whew. Grabs his hand and smacks it so hard that it's heard throughout the city. The people who are in the same building's ears are actually ringing, as is the manager, who was closer than everyone else. Oh wow, so he tried to smack Baki's hand, but he dodged. Yujiro says, "Rascal, you dare go against." As he received those fast and fierce attacks, the young man understood that his father wasn't aiming at his vital points. He wasn't trying to knock him out either. This wasn't even a fight. This was his punishment. Your lack of tact. I'm taking care of it right away. Incredible. So oh my goodness, he just he was literally giving Baki a whooping throughout this little dinner, where after Baki started disrespecting him. Some lessons are learned by blood, but this one will take his life. Baki got what he wanted, a serious fight with his father. But he wasn't counting on the father taking a shortcut by jumping out from a 500-foot building. Hanma Baki, Volume 31. How was he going to survive? So I hope you guys enjoyed these couple videos today of Volume 30 of Baki, Son of Ogre. I hope you guys will subscribe and check back in with me tomorrow for Volume 31. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check the link in the description for the next one. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you have, thank you very much. Please consider sharing with at least one friend. Let's try to continue growing the community. If you're a new subscriber and would like to catch up, the playlist will be at the end of the video. You can start with new Grappler Baki and catch up with Son of Ogre, and then we'll be doing Baki Do